lowest ERA in the National League, coming off a wild card performance. First pitch of this one, it's left side of the infield. Corey Seager has it against Clayton Kershaw's swing at the first pitch at a higher.
Sliders and curveballs than fastballs, but on the first pitch, you'll see more.
His first one to Manny Machado is cracked back foul, strike one.
2 for 2 on the fastball.
And then gets a fastball by him at 93, which is not
in the appearance of separation. In this game today, you have to postseason, and a lot's been made of his postseason. He's had some best pitchers in the game.
Who delivers an 0-2 to Hosmer. That's a slider down and away, and it's 1-2. Kicks and fires 1-2. Into the ground, and at first Muncy will take it to the bag. Starts it short and hits second. Then Justin Turner, Muncy, Smith, and most importantly, given all the circumstances here, he pitched into the sixth.
He's going to change speeds off of that. He'll throw a cutter. He'll be able
to as well as anybody. As Betts yanks a base hit to left, open off man aboard here in the first inning for a Dodger offense.
We had a chance to win that game yesterday, but the bad news is you think they're going to. Weak contact opened up a big inning. The play that didn't get made by
those games, they walked more than they struck. Does it sharply. Cronenworth has it. Goes to second one.
It wasn't a great turn by Cronin. Now watch the transfer, and he throws it, spikes it in the ground. But that 2-out play yesterday certainly was tough to mix and match with a Clayton Kershaw. You're not going to get a ton of strike.
That's the 1-1 fly to Turner. That's low ball 2. He's always been good against the same deal they brought Trent Grisham from Milwaukee. He's down swinging here on a changeup.
When he establishes a fastball, hitting a swing and miss, a rarity.
88 miles an hour, but he really, truly pitches.
How to pitch and can be effective. I really believe with all the velocity we have in our game because of it, and these hitters have.
There he goes. Here comes the first for Eric Hosmer. Both pitchers put up. T-Mobile will donate $1 to their Little League call-up grant program. And another first pitch swinging, floated over Muncy. The National League Division Series.
As much as Will Myers does. You saw the first pitch was going to be a slider, which has been tough to hit. Now that from Kershaw to Will Myers. That one was more straight.
Good lead for Pham at first. Kershaw comes one to the gap in right center field. That'll get down and fly. RBI double for Will Myers, and the Padres right first in.
Textbook swing, but you know what it is in the scorebook? Textbook. A double momentum, but it sure helps.
On Cronenworth, the #1 average among rookies in the 0-2. Well, I mean, think back to the second inning last night. Strikes out, and a few minutes after that, Clevenger leaves
in this at bat.
Kershaw gets him to chase for out #1
against Will Myers. See, it was nowhere close. At that, well, okay, we've established he likes to throw a fastball a lot early.
On his slider, do that. Curve is bounced back to him. Along with the first slide step, but
you'll be able to see it later on. And so when you have that illusion of a hitter, and that's what he's made a living on.
His success this year, more than the increase in fastball velocity.
Adapt to it.
No. He'll be learning new things, trying new things. On this 1-2, Nola swings and misses at a curveball there in the end. Dodger catcher, offensive player that Dave Roberts wants bat to right, carries to the warning track into the.
That's the first one that's carried, and we've seen some
between the Astros and the A's.
Yeah, during the day, right?
Yeah. Ball. Chandler. 0-2. What do you see?
Well, I mean, maybe that's okay if your hands are back.
Hey! He's down looking here on a perfect
ball right there. As a hitter, I'm just going to say, okay, may not be a
strikeout for Davies, who
had in the postseason. When you look at their career numbers in the postseason, none really stand out. Going to.
0-2. An offense. What a spot for it. Another perfectly placed pitch by Zach Davies. Age where everybody's throwing hard. It's fun watching Zach Davies.
It's been fun to watch all year.
Moving to his right. He's got to live on a guy in your spot.
Well, it is
him this year.
Well, But the energy he brings has been incredible. So, you know, he's a career.
Kershaw gets the first 2 outs of this inning on 3 pitches.
Where he's been.
9 years as the Yankees pitching coach. That backs up Turner, stabs with the backhand, low on. They want to make sure that this in fact was an out. Did he get his foot back? Late in the third. 16 home runs, field for long stretches. Shoots this one to right, and he's got a leadoff hit here in the
side of the field. I know that's not the kind of style, but the Dodgers have
thing going. The numbers with Kershaw and Barnes together are acceptable. Drives in the first run of the game and scores a run. He squares again on 0-1. He's swinging away and yanking a base hit to left field. Third.
He reaches out, taking an extra base, going first to third.
He goes after the first pitch, a diving catch.
Left and 10 feet to his right covered. This is why they call it the hot corner.
One of the most aggressive hitters in the National League. Here's his 2-1. Seager pulls it down the line, a fair ball. A second, and the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. 2-run double, hits it hard again, and finally gets paid off.
That ball bounces away, makes it very difficult. Boy, he's been so good with run.
Up to short, Tatis. Talking about that base running. Dodgers
yard is when you see where the outfield's positioned. And
Muncy muscles one into right center field. That'll see.
And the one area that Zach Davies has struggled on.
In 3 of their 4 postseason in center field. Grisham on the move, still going to make the good range from Grisham. And the third. We're joined by last night's starting pitcher for the Dodgers.
Go through some failures and things like that, and you know, so the way he does is pretty. It's pretty remarkable.
Strikes out.
A huge fan of the dome, but about that.
Pham shoots one through the right side, base hit. No, it's a San Diego lineup, Walker, that
how he'll switch up the at-bats he faces a guy.
On a 2-2 from Kershaw. Myers strikes out swinging, 2 down in the 4th.
Typically, you would always know, all right, read today's game when on the mound tomorrow.
Actually, that it'd be him. He did a little more, it looked like side work than you'd expect from a guy. Hits it sharply. Turner's stumbling as he gets to it.
Forward situation where he tripped on his cleat there, his toe.
And, well, that would have been a good one to cut loose on.
Yeah, that would pull to left, but you think about any little dribbler.
0-2 again. Indeed, Bellinger going back in this very large. Cody Bellinger swinging, launches the ball to center field, and the first pitch.
And that low pitch, look how, but the opportunity to hit hard.
First home run of this series comes from the reigning MVP. Tight. Myers is there. Coming on hacking here.
Have anything upstairs, he can get me out. So if I think down.
First run of the game in the second, and a Myers double. Dodger. Just one on the ground to short for Tatis. Comes it across.
Luke lets it fly and bang, bang, you know, for a root for the first time calling a game. And would have had to adhere to a lot of changes.
How about Austin Barnes in the line? 5. Moves into this guy. From an 0-for-8. Barnes headed for third. Beck sees the throw. The Dodgers expand the lead in this massive ball. Sports and good sports are restoring play for kids in the Myers in the second.
Honestly, as you have to. You're going to downplay. You're going to go off of your lead. I don't remember another year where the pressure on the positioning, which it helps.
Yeah! Grisham down on a curve.
Pitchers that couldn't do it. And now it's even made it greater
At least on this one, he lives to see another. The middle, there's Taylor, range into his left. Low throw. Opponents. The right center field, and he'll open this fifth with it. Turn that up. More than 50% of his pitches have been fakes in the playoffs. Short. Tatis waits on it. Waits a little. On a 2-2 from Davies. Montour. Davies looks to run into the bag and throws Muncy out.
You make it look so simple, but you know that's how the game.
For 9 in the postseason, even with a bunch of hard hit balls. Back to third by Machado. Another hard hit ball. I'll combine 1 for 13. To left, towards the corner. Manny Machado with 5 home runs in the late innings to erase. Sorry about that. His second of the postseason, and it's for the Stars that got things ignited in the come-from-behind win in Game 2 of the wild card round.
Took his time to throw the bat and try to fire up his club, right?
On a 1-2, Hosmer. Very high. Did he get under it, or did he get enough?
Go down and get it. That one caught too much of the play.
Done traveling, and Hosmer has his first of the postseason. And here come the Padres in the late innings. It's 4-3.
Really within a whisper. Within a whisper.
The 6th. Now Fan. Bellinger settles onto it.
The Padres go, especially if he's rounding the.
Had 2 home runs in that Game 2 come from behind win in the wild card. Slider. It's bounced to third. There's Turner. Dodger Stadium, 16-3. Cronenworth goes the other way. Room for Pollock in the corner. Game 2. And now they get things going with some of their top arms that they stayed away from.
An occasional curve, but he's right.
Third baseman Manny Machado's out there to catch it right.
Season stats. Hey Siri, who leads the postseason?
Here's Taylor.
He sure is, but
as you see, 6 is not too shabby. Testing Machado, charges, guns, gets him. Creasing with no Rios.
Is his ability to hit homers.
The other way, Profar is there, going back to make the catch. Was pitched back-to-back games 7 times.
Trying it. You don't want that kind of swing.
Trident's 2-2. First Muncy. Found the order that Pollock was in, so you could put him 8 out. He says no longer enjoying baseball. 1-2. Chris Taylor immediately gets involved in his innings, 3 runs. Those back-to-back homers in the 6th. He's a ton after he left the game, but and he gives up. That one rides inside it.
They were trying to make it as tough as they could on Buehler. They had a couple. With Tatis coming up, I don't think there'll be any.
For Tatis. Average is better than 99 miles per hour on
6 homers off of fastballs.
Still around, still going. He's at the wall. He's keeping the Dodgers.
He can do it all, folks. This is going to be one of the
bat flip, glove flip. Wow. The reigning MVP went up and stole it. Who has reached both times tonight in the lineup to catch Kurt.
All 4.
A 4-pitch walk opens the inning. This combined winning percentage in a on a 1-1 pitch. It's short. Tatis, good feet to get there. Wide throw.
Oh, because of Betts' speed. Odd ways in this game. You can't get mad when somebody else is doing it.
Seager's 3rd hit of the night beats the shift on of Machado's throw of the bat after his home run against Kershaw. Yeah, hard to watch it without a smile on your face.
Tough hitter with the infield in. Even
Justin Turner. Line, it's Grisham. It's plenty deep enough to bring home back.
In position for Turner to square one up to center. That is our big.
Inning. With 2 out, here's Muncy.
You think about how with the base hit.
Here's a little teardrop shell left. Profile. Dodgers 6, Padres 3.
Muncy with the year not going his way, starting to get some success.
A guy who has hit it hard.
game against the Dodgers.
Smith down swinging to finish off this seventh for the WI hit. 6-3 to the eighth in game 2. The Tempers flaring a round ball. Backhand Hernandez, who's graded out as the left side of the infield. Justin Turner.
Signed for the Dodgers.
Tommy Pham, first pitch to first. Muncy race into the bag. He'll get into the NLDS roster today with Mike Clevenger. Take a
Kind of pitcher with a
onto a charging Machado. He throws on the move.
charging in from the outfield.